Hi there and welcome to the UkeStuff channel and welcome to this tutorial for the play-alongs of Verge by Owl City. Now in this video, first of all, we will look at the chords you need for GCEA ukulele in two different keys. Then we'll look at the chords you need for DGBE baritone ukulele, and then we'll talk through some strumming. Just so you know, there are chapters, so you can slide ahead down here or look in the description to find places to go in this video that matter to you. And also, if you want the tabs or chord chart for the song, you can find them at ukestuff.com. ukestuff.com is a collaborator with this site. You'll also find the link down below in the description. So let's start with the chords that we need for GCEA ukulele. I'll be playing this Idlewild soprano ukulele. This is carried by Monoprice, generally under $30. The first chord is the C chord, then the F chord, then the A minor chord, then the D minor chord. What you should do is play the F chord and then just add one finger, then the G chord. And those are the 5 chords for Verge in the key of C. And just as a note, the key of C is not the song's original key, so it does sound different on the recording. Now let's take a look at the chords you need to play Verge in the key of D on GCEA ukulele. The first chord is the D chord. There are a number of ways to play the D chord, and in fact, Katie Denure at One Music School just did a video about 7 different ways to play it. I generally play it like a G7 chord. I put my first finger at the top of the 3rd string and the other 2 fingers around it, making an upside down V. Some people want to play it 1, 2, 3. Some people will want to try to do sort of a bar chord with their 3rd finger covering strings 4, 3, and 2 and leaving the 1st string open. Some people want to play it with 2 fingers. It doesn't really matter as long as it works for you. The one thing that you shouldn't do is play it with your thumb. I have a number of students that try to do that. Don't play the D chord with your thumb. The next chord is the G chord. Then we have a bar chord, the B minor chord. So what you want to do is take your first finger and reach it across all 4 strings right above the 2nd fret. And don't be on the fret, but right above it, and then pull against the fretboard. If you do that, you should get a pretty clear sound when you strum because you're pulling against the fretboard. Then just balance with your thumb a little bit. And this should be a real nice clear sound. And then add the 3rd finger on the 4th string, 4th fret. That's the B minor chord. The next chord is the E minor chord. I see a lot of people have trouble with this online and ask about it. It's one of my favorite chords. I call it the waterfall chord all the time. The first finger goes on the 1st string 2nd fret, and the other fingers just fall right into place in a little diagonal line, leaving the 4th string open. Now there are cases where you will see E minor listed as a movable chord shape. That isn't true in this song, but I'll talk about it anyway. You generally make that same E minor shape, but you bring your 3rd finger to the 4th string 4th fret, and then you lay the pinky in on the 3rd string 4th fret. And that's an E minor chord with all 4 fingers. And then what's cool there is that you can just slide it up the scale, and you'll get that E minor chord no matter where you're at, except it will just change names to whatever you're moving up. So E minor goes to F sharp minor goes to F sharp minor goes to G minor, and so forth and so on. And the final chord in this key is the A chord. Another reason why I like playing D the way that I do is that it makes that shift to that A chord very, very easy. And those are the chords you need on GCEA ukulele on Verge in the key of D. Now let's take a look at the chords you need for Verge on baritone DGBE ukulele. I'll be using my Flight NUB 310 ukulele. The first chord will be the D chord. The second chord will be the G chord. Then we have the B minor chord. So the first finger goes on the 1st string 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the 4th string 4th fret, and the pinky on the 3rd string 4th fret. Then the E minor chord, and then finally the A chord. And those are the 5 chords you need in the key of D on baritone DGBE ukulele for Verge. Now let's talk about strumming patterns. This song is a perfect example of why you can't really say there's one strumming pattern for a song or one thing that works, because there's a bunch of stuff going on. There's a guitar riff that if you want to try to pull it apart and try to figure out what they're doing, you certainly could. But generally most of the time when I'm using these videos, it's for a group where people are all playing and strumming together at the same time. So I try to simplify things that direction. And there are a number of things you could do, and we're going to talk about a couple of them, but the answers vary, and you might want to do something different, and that's okay. The real secret is to start listening to music and finding what works for you and play around with it and see what works best for you. Have the sense of play, because there is no right answer. And if somebody does tell you that there's a right answer with a song like this, be cautious about that, because there's really not. So these are just ideas, things you can do. Now I'm going to use that progression of D, G, B minor, G. And I'm playing again on a GCEA ukulele, not a baritone for those of you watching on baritone. Just down strums will work a huge percentage of the time. Something like this. Now, if you want to do something else, you could go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's another option. Or you could do something like this: down, down, up, down, down. I don't think you'll generally find that the island strum is going to work out too well here. The island strum is down, down, up, up, down, up. You could try it and see how it fits. So you'll notice that all of those are just a variation of a theme of going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and this whether or not you play a down or an up at a certain time. And that's really a lot of strumming. So again, try all of those. Now, there are a couple of other spots that are worth mentioning. Now, taking the chords G, D, A, D now, G, D, A, D, at about a minute in, you get a little break and you hear triplets going triple and triple and triple and triple and. Now, there's a number of ways you can do that. I just play it generally with downstrokes because it's strong, so it's getting. But you could also play a triplet strum, and there are two triplet strums. There's a triplet strum of going down, up, up. Then you change. Then you change again. Then you change again. And that's finger, thumb up, finger up. Then the other option is the other triplet strum, which goes finger, thumb, up, finger, thumb, up. And I'm not as fluid with this one, but it would go like this. Another way to get that triplet feel. But really, I'd probably be doing the single strums. Which gives me a chance to get that really strong beat too. At the end of the song, about 2 minutes and 15 seconds in or so, we end up with one more triplet pattern, which is really complicated, really. And it's going triple and dun dun dun, triple and dun dun dun, triple and dun dun dun, triple and eighth, eighth, eighth. Really is what it's doing. And that one I would do down strums too. Triple and 1, 2, 3, 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 triple and 1, 2, triple easy. Triple and 1, 2, 3. You could try triplet strums there too. But really, that lacks some of the strength and the kind of the oddity. And then Owl City contrasts that over the 4/4. It's really quite amazing. It's kind of a neat part. Now, don't forget, with all these strumming patterns, if you don't get it right away or you hear something different, go ahead and do that. Have fun with it. Don't get caught up in what's exactly right. Just get lost in the music and the message in the music, which is kind of a really inspiring message. By the way, this one was chosen because a school was going to use it as a sort of like end of year activity, and it's been on my iPad to finish for quite a while and I haven't gotten around to it. So it is nice to be able to release this today. All right, thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you're having a great day, and I will be back soon with some more uke stuff for you.